All right, sick. Let's go. All right, everybody, we are back with more DGen hours. And we've got Mash playing the game y'all bid war voted for with Bikini.
Yeah, they
Can't-
obviously worse, but yeah, it's obviously a really good game, but it's bad. It's a bad good game. That's all I have to say.
All right.
It's also played on the 360, so loading screens are a thing. They're long, and in this game has a mini game in between them because, yeah, they knew. So we're doing story mode. Obviously, we're doing a new game plus because other than that, it'd be really slow. So for the sake of my sanity, it's still gonna hurt, but we're gonna play new game plus. Fortunately, you guys didn't vote for the better game, so we don't have all the looter stuff here, but we still have a pretty awesome game with some pretty funny shit. We're gonna go ahead and change the blood color to white for obvious reasons, since that's an option between both games. And we're gonna go ahead and just save that. All right, I think we're ready.
Hang on, Shirley wants to say something before we start.
Perfect. Okay.
Alright.
You let me know when we're ready to start. And then I'll give you a countdown.
Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and read Shuli's thing out loud, though, for everybody who doesn't want to read the wall of text. Everyone, before we go anywhere, before I pass out, before he zonks, we need to take a minute out here and thank our Papa CC. I wanted to get Quo before he went to bed, and CJ left before I could get him. Don't worry, all of this is going up the Discord. But this marathon wouldn't have been possible without his work. CC, on top of being on a tight schedule for speed docs and doing things for IckaAid campaigns, which we'll get more into later, managed to find the time to contact many of the streamers so we could fill the marathon slots. Do restreaming for us, stopping what he was doing, and jumped in the minute I called him for restreaming Phil in Friday night, and to do 2 separate ones for this marathon. He even managed to do this all before while having to work today. We need to send all of our lovin's, and most importantly, all of our appreciation to our Papa Cece for always taking care of us. Love and appreciate you, Papa Cece.
Beautiful.
So, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Shuli, for that lovely little speech. And with that wonderful note, let's go ahead and entertain Papa Cece with one last degenerate run for this marathon.
All right, hope you guys enjoy.
All
right, so this game is 2-player co-op, even though the sequel is not. It's worse if you play it 2-player co-op because there's higher chance of 50-50 crashes. Cross your fingers, chat. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because if that happens, oh boy. All right. So with that said, I think we're ready. Let's just get this started. So we have 2 characters, the main protagonists of the entire series, which is Saki and Aya. If you would have played Z2, you would have seen 2 other additional characters, but we have these characters and some other ones you'll see later. Ready, set, time in 3, 2, 1, go. We're going to go ahead and skip all those dialogue cutscenes because they're not worth it, but we will watch this one just for the sake of posterity so you know what you guys are getting into. But after this one, we're going to skip as many of the other cutscenes as possible, except for maybe the very, very last one, because there's something special.
Dilduck says, Mash, we're doing the co-op of this at NASA.
Oh boy, I'm down. Oh, and this game's in Japanese. Thus was the moment the Onechanbara Bikini Samurai Sailors were born. Aya, Saki, true warriors, the defenders of the last humans on Earth. And the loading screen minigame, as I said, we'll see this a lot. Just don't crash, please. I don't have no idea if this even does anything, but it's just funny. Oh yay, we got a big guy. That's pretty rare, actually. Yeah, the game crashes usually on this loading screen because of how many guys just come out like this. So, my best way to combat that is kill them. Alright, so here we go. With Onechanbara Bikini Samurai Slayers, the bad but good game? I don't... It's objectively bad. But, yeah.
Here we are.
So we have mechanics in this game that are present in Z2 Chaos. Our weapons fill up with blood, so we have to wipe them off so that we can deal more damage, because if we don't, well, then we have problems. Alright, so that fight arena took a little while to finish out here. We're going to switch to Saki here, who's going to allow us to dash. So we have a bit more movement here. Oh, I can't jump over terrain in this game. Oh, feels bad. Let's hope I remember where I need to go, because this game's a bit open-ended compared to Z2 Chaos, which is very linear. With the exception of choosing certain missions to do in whatever order. But we have our first boss here. And there is a lock-on mechanic of this game, but I have to hold the lock-on in this one, whereas the other one I can toggle it. But we're gonna just do a bunch of specials here, and the trade-off is I lose some health when I do them, but obviously this being a New Game Plus run, this bosses will melt, for the most part. And then later we'll be playing my favorite waifu of this particular game. For multiple chapters. Alright, so that boss is dead. This game is semi-RPG mechanics in it as well. Collecting these orbs is a way to gain experience to level up your character. These are not completely maxed characters, but that is the first chapter down. There's 20 chapters in this game. Who knew? In the previous game, there's 16 the sequel has 16 chapters, which are much, much longer. These chapters can be long if you don't know where the hell you're going, so if you see me looking at my map, just consider that I'm a bad speedrunner. That's totally fine with me. We're just going to skip as much of the saving as possible and just keep firing through. Because saving takes time, and if it crashes, it's fine. We could just load up from wherever we left off. Hopefully. Alright, so back at it for Chapter 2. Switch to Sake here because she has a dashing mechanic. Just super nice. We're going to switch back to Aya here so that we can kill some enemies. She has the ability to swap to dual swords, which is actually pretty damn useful. And you can do combo switches as well. Since I'm playing in single player, we have access to both characters. If you're playing co-op, one of the other players would have access to any of the other additional characters available. So there's not much going on in the run per se at the moment. The story devolves a little bit further into some pretty ridiculous things. So we're just going to do our best and get to those meat and potato parts. And yeah, sometimes the zombies leave behind a torso or something. So our goal is just to clear up as many of these enemies in these fight arenas as possible. And combat in this game is not very smooth compared to the sequel. But that's totally fine. Man, that blood does not look white. I'm pretty sure we chose white blood, but that does not look white. That looks like piss. But, you know, let's just go with it.
Hello, Levon. Welcome to the DGen.
Oh, believe me, if you wanted to see them practically nude, you should have voted for Z2 Chaos. That's not my fault. That's your faults. There's not as many glorious outfits as Z2, but this game still has its own charm. And we have a waifu in here that you don't get to play as, so...
Isn't that the one with the bananas?
Yes, that is the banana split costume, as it's so called. Alright, so we got some crows. They're notoriously bad for trying to hit, and they're really nasty. We're gonna go ahead and try to clean up all these crows here. Trying to use the minimap as much as possible, so I understand where I'm supposed to be going. And crows are just kind of spawning at random. But we're going to follow through our objectives and just try to get through this game as cleanly, as quickly as possible. Alright, perfect. Alright, so the items that you see dropping are consumables that we'll use later in the run. Maybe at certain points, it just all depends. So we're consulting my map here because I'm bad at this game, and I rather figure out exactly where I'm going rather than just running around at random. But yeah, so another fight arena here. Try to clear up as many of these enemies as possible. I pop this blood, and we're going to swap characters for a sec. Wow, that is not a very good attack. Okay, so no jump attackings with Saki. Alright, so we're waiting for a key item drop here. The game decides to give me it, but I think there's enemies here, like the crows. Oh my god, crow, come back here. Where are you going? And that crow's just got some weird airtime physics. Like, look at this. This is the game that you guys wanted. Hi. Making me suffer this. Yeah, the soundtracks in these games are actually really well done. Probably one of the highlights for these games is that they always do a good job with the soundtracks. And if you're familiar with the developers like Marvelous and IckaAid, for instance, they're the ones responsible for a lot of these crazy games. But obviously this was one of the earlier titles.
Marvelous and IckaAid made two of my favorite fucking games. Alright, let's be real. Shoutouts to Fate Extella.
So what depressing life of Atlanta? I don't know, I just was looking for interesting, obscure games. It's actually the only reason I found myself playing these games. At all. And I like them enough to suffer through them. Alright, so we have a key. So we have to go this way, I believe. It's you won't be able to tell if there's an objective in the same direction if it's not on the same map, unfortunately. But you can tell by the loading zones for the next area changing color. If it's red, it means it's locked. If it's yellow, it means you have a key to access it. If it's green, that means no key is required. Alright, so we have a cutscene with some bosses coming up here. Short little loading screen, we're going to skip that. I can also hold A to fast forward through all that text, but obviously it's easier just to skip, so thank you, Des, for making that possible. So we meet some, like, Agent Smith-looking dude, and, yeah, these guys we'll see a few more times in the run, and wow, if they knock me down, though, it takes a while to get up, unfortunately. So we're just going to do our special attack here and whittle them down. So to do special attacks in this game, you actually have to hit 2 buttons at the exact same time. That is Y and B at the same time. It took me a long time to figure that out because they were coming out very inconsistently. But turns out, if you just hit both at the same time, even though you're supposed to hit them in a sequence, you can just keep chaining them together. And that's all we need to do.
The jiggle physics in this game, man.
Oh yeah, the jiggle physics are super real, and this game is also in the sequel. But it's super exaggerated in this one. We have another cutscene there with the Agent Smith guy. We're going to go ahead and skip that one. Basically, what ends up happening is I believe Saki gets kidnapped for a while, so we actually don't have access to Saki now for a while. So our young sister, who we fight with a lot, gets kidnapped. No, don't save. I gotta remember not to save. Alright. So now we're going to the hospital. I don't know why. I really just have not followed too much of the story in the first game. I just know a lot of crazy stuff happens. Someone's orchestrating the undead to be risen from from the underworld. And there's a few characters responsible for it. Evangeline is the antagonist in the sequel of this game, but in this game we have some old lady that's working with the Agent Smith dudes, who's basically like the Yakuza undead mafia. I don't understand how to explain that to you guys any more than what I just did. Just know that that's a thing. So these Yakuza-looking clan dudes are orchestrating all of this crazy stuff that's going on right now. So as we clear up this room, more enemies are going to spawn for a little bit here. But then we're going to try to push our way through the hospital, hopefully. Game, you gonna let me out? There we go. Yeah, lots of loading screens. So again, we're just hoping for like no crashes at all. But we'll see what happens. I'm going the wrong way. Okay, that's items. I need to look at the map because I'm stupid. Yep. Of course, I go the wrong way on purpose. Don't worry, it was all planned. So we gotta clear this room out so we can get a key from here. But yeah, you can, like, these levels just keep unlocking different areas. So for a while, we're gonna be playing in the same level, I guess, for a while. But as we go back and forth around this city, we're gonna be unlocking new areas. And then eventually we'll go to an island, a boat before that, and an underground facility. Which kind of reminds me a bit of like Z2 and how they structure their story. You go from different locations. But in that one, you're going from every location around the world. So Peru, Japan, Tokyo, specifically, and some more areas. So the camera is really bad in this game, so I'm kind of fighting with it. It may not look like it right now, but it's a pain in the butt. So if you felt bad for Automata camera, man, this camera is way worse. I have some control over it, but in these narrow hallways, I just don't. Alright, so we're gonna go in here. There's a key in here that I want. Alright, we got it. We're gonna leave. All right. Did I just get hit into I got hit into another room. Wow. That was something. All right. We're getting through this. Yeah, this blood is definitely not white. I don't know what the game. It looks very yellow for some reason.
It might just be your color balance.
No, there's no color balancing required. It just looks very white. I think it's because of the shading effects this game does, and
yeah, because it looks white when you're walking. Like
yeah,
the splashes.
Yeah, the splashes are white. It looks very yellow. Otherwise, yeah. Everything color-wise looks the way it's supposed to. I think it's just the tint,
shading.
The shading and the tint on it is just not good. So these are mudmen. You have to kill them with a combo attack or a special. There's no other way to kill them. They're basically invincible otherwise. First time I played this game, I was sitting there for literally what felt like hours trying to figure that out. Because a lot of the time, I do not look up stuff ahead of time when I'm first playing a game. I just go with it. And I think there was like plenty of times where I was like, yeah, I'm not ready for this. Yeah, so I have some pretty obscene reach with my attacks. I forget where we're supposed to be going. Okay, down at the end of the hallway, and then we have to turn. God, this camera.
It is Shuli. She's wearing a white feather boa.
Yeah.
The blood just happens to be the same color.
Yeah, she's wearing her bikini with like a scarf. It's her staple outfit for the entirety of the series, pretty much. It's the same outfit that we see in the sequel, but another character dons a very similar outfit in the sequel, which is Z2 Chaos, which is actually the... Wow, I don't know how I went in that room. Which is actually a... Did I go backwards? I think that just screwed up my direction. I'm like lost now for some reason, but going into that room really screwed me up. All right, we're going the right track now. Okay, it's another arena for another key. Get another mudman here. Kill him. And do the slow-mo attacks here. It's really good special, good way to clean up the enemies. Wait for them all to spawn. And just try to clear all of them with like a single attack if we can. Alright, perfect. Hello? Did I miss like... Oh, I was gonna say like, where's the end level trigger? It was supposed to happen and it was delayed. Beautiful game, might I add. Blood-colored scarf. Yeah, I guess we can go with that. It very much looks like the same color. Alright, so Mysterious Woman. This is where we get to meet Anna. That's Anna with 3 N's, in case you didn't know that. She's a badass. There's a cutscene there where she attacks an armored vehicle to rescue Saki. And she's just like your super special forces agent. I may have mentioned her in a previous Degenerate run from the other night. But yeah, she's awesome. The only time you get to play her is actually in this game in particular. Might be able to play her in the Japanese ones that we never got to see. I would know that because those are actually quite difficult to get a hold of. But we have access to guns. So who knew? We can have access to guns, and we do this little side-swapping mechanic. We're going to switch guns here to a SMG and shotgun, which is just like the best weapon set for her. And then to reload. There we go. we're gonna keep moving on with her. But yeah, this soundtrack is bumping. Like, you hear those tunes? Gorgeous. Alright, so we're heading back this direction. We can do a thing where we can toss grenades. I'm gonna have to do those on the Mudmen.
I love Shuli's Discord. There's an entire channel dedicated to just copy and pasting just things out of context.
Lovely.
And flipping through it as an event.
Alright, so I'm gonna have to be careful with these grenades, just because I can hurt myself with them. So let's just hope that doesn't happen. Alright, so we killed the Mudmen. Yay, we reached level 33. Fantastic. I have no idea what the level cap is, but we don't need to be that high level to finish the game. It's just less scary if you're higher level, especially on New Game Plus runs. But at this point, I mean, we shouldn't have too many difficulties. Maybe a couple fights, but that's just probably because, you know, missing phases and stuff. Yeah, so I'm gonna quickly look at the map here. So we gotta go to the center there. There's a what looks like to be like a shrine or a holy symbol. That shrine there allows you to unlock and buy items and stuff mid level. And yeah, I totally clipped through those barrels. Don't worry about it. This game has some pretty wonky physics.
Thanks, Levon.
Alright, I gotta reload my SMG. Shoutouts to that boot reload. Do you see how, like, badass that is? Like, she's like the Terminator, basically. We're basically playing Terminator at this point. But yeah, the ZPE is the Zombie Prevention Force, or, yeah, ZPF, sorry. Zombie Prevention Force. I don't know why Tokyo or Japan needed such a task force, but they do. Oh yeah, more enemies. Great. Yeah, shotgun's really powerful. It's just really slow to shoot and reload, but that's fine. That's why we have the SMG. Alright, so we got some more enemies over here. But yeah, shotgun's good because it can hit more than one enemy at a time. Is chat going full degen?
No, I'm reading the fucking degenerate copy pasta chat of all the shit we put in it this weekend. And I forgot about the fucking donation that got.
Lovely.
Where's the fucking...
Apparently we're missing an enemy somewhere. Oh, there's the key. Perfect. Alright, so we got the key. I believe that opened an area. Yeah. Yeah, so if you ever have the chance, can you ask, like, someone needs to ask Japan why they have a zombie prevention force. I think that's, like, I think that's true. I think they have one. I don't know. They don't talk about it. They're very secretive. I think they're ready for something like this to happen. So we have another boss. It's a pair of bosses. Might have seen them earlier. I don't know, a few chapters ago. But we're gonna destroy them with some grenades. And then some ammo. Ow. Yeah, this sidestepping animation when you're shooting is really wonky as well. Because, like, if I'm, like, shooting in one direction, doesn't matter where I'm moving, like, it's just not gonna do anything. It's like, you're stuck that way. Alright, so we'll throw another grenade there. We're gonna reload quickly. Try to finish up this guy here. Ideally, they would be both close enough together that I could hit both. But, unfortunately, that's not the case. So, now we're just gonna whittle this guy down. So shotguns, every once in a while, is getting a chance to get double damage hits. That's good. That's kind of what we want. Oh my god, that grenade went the wrong way. You don't have... I have no idea as well. Like, when I'm locked on, you have this little tiny green arrow above the characters, and sometimes it's just way underneath, like, the health bars or off screen. And I can't even tell if I'm locked on to what I'm supposed to be looking at. My only indication is that little green arrow, and then sometimes they glow green like they're doing now. But that's super hard to miss when there's, like, a bunch of stuff trying to hit you and everything looks the same. Alright, that's the end of that fight.
Fuck off, AP. I don't have a Discord with a channel dedicated to me.
I also do not have a dedicated Discord channel for myself, because I don't think it's necessary sometimes. I'm also not that popular, so no one likes me.
I like. I rather enjoy your company, so there you go. One
Thanks.
person.
Thanks. Much appreciated. Nah, there's lots of people that love me and stuff. I don't know. I already manage a lot of other Discords, so to me it'd just be added hassle at the moment. Maybe someday in the future. Turns out when you have Discord and you're in like more than 20 or 30 servers, it gets a little ridiculous sometimes.
Are we
All
playing
right.
the Discord channel game?
Alright, so now we're on a motorcycle fight section. This is the only... I mean, I think we can see this one more time in the run. This section is literally drive straight and try not to die. And I have wolves chasing me. They're zombie wolves or dogs, whatever you want to call them. So I'm just going to try to, like, push past all these enemies and not get killed by these guys. And I could also turn around like that. Not very useful. But we're just going to keep driving straight, because that's the objective. But the game doesn't really tell you that. This section of highway or the city is, like, really long. So everything seems blurry. It's because we're going fast, even though it doesn't look like it. This game's just glorious. And these wolves really want me. Yeah, this particular stage is actually pretty dangerous just because the wolves are just on top of you the whole time. And if you're starting a new game, you have like really low life. The other thing I can't do is wipe the blood off my weapon, which is unfortunate. But yeah, so really quick level. There's other quick levels like that as well, and there's some slightly longer ones. Overall, I think between this game and the second game, I definitely prefer the second game just because its humor and the gameplay is a lot more solid. Because if you liked Bayonetta, Z2 is definitely very similar to that. So now we're going to play as Anna. We're going to select our other character there. We're going to skip that cutscene where they're just talking about their plans. I mentioned the loading screens have mini-games because sometimes they can be long. But thankfully we're playing on an Elite system, which seems to have improved the loading screens. Who knew? So if you're playing this on an OG Xbox 360, prepare for some pretty long loaded screens that may or may not crash it. Alright, so our goal now is to, let's check our map. That's our goal. Go forward. Just making sure that I'm not missing anything on the maps that I'm currently on. So we gotta go forward here through the underground tunnel up ahead, and I think we have to go into a sewer system. I could be going down here for absolutely no reason, but I mean, we'll find out very shortly. I'm pretty sure this is where we're supposed to be going, though. I mean, I have played this game several times before. but never for a marathon, because I mean, it's obvious enough why I don't submit some of these games to marathons. I think they're too good to submit to marathons, to be honest. So the fact that I'm doing this for this particular marathon means that it's a worthy cause. All right, so sewer system. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to summarize the story. Yeah, okay, so I missed a key. I know where it is, though. I'm supposed to come back here at some point, but I'm a little too early. There's a key, though, I need. I believe it's either in the area that I'm in, or it's back in the other section. So it's not on this map. Alright, let's get our other weapons out here. Yeah, I can imagine... Man, I really do actually want to play this game in co-op and do like this co-op speedrun. I think it would be absolute hilarity. Because playing this game co-op is just interesting, especially because the game's played in split screen. And like I said, loading can cause crashes, so that would be something that we have to deal with, is potential crashes. Because the game has to work twice as hard now. Alright, now we're going the right way. Alright, so grenade there. Use our SMG a little bit here to mop up some of these guys. And eventually we're gonna have to reload. So let's do the reload now. There's a mudman over there. I'm gonna try to throw that grenade. Yes, we hit him. Perfect. I wasn't sure exactly if he was in range or not, but he was, so we're good. All right. So now we're heading into the subway station. I don't know what any of these enemies are actually supposed to be called, just FYI. Never actually paid too much attention to them.
They're supposed to be called dead.
Well, they're definitely undead enemies, that's for sure. Alright. So, the reason why I do want to check my map, maybe a little bit more often if I do forget where I'm going, because like I said, this game's a little open-ended, is because if I go into an area, like an area, I know where pretty much all of the mandatory fights are, so I don't want to go into as many of them as possible, because if you step into them, you're just basically forced to complete it, which is obviously not fun, because then the run takes longer. And that was me failing with a grenade. Don't do that. Alright, perfect. So we're going to reload here so we have the SMG. These little guys are annoying, so we're just going to try to use the shotgun on them. Key here. Awesome. I believe that opens up the door that we need to access. So just to quick reference our map, it's up ahead. So we gotta go down here, over this way. So a lot of the times I'm not even relying on where I'm looking on the actual game screen. I use the mini map and the actual big map to figure out where I'm going, because like I said, the camera in this game is pretty bad. I believe we have to go this way. Up here. And then into that room on our left there. Now, there's not maybe may or may not be a good reason why I went into the room from this direction. Because I could have went around the other way. But, I don't know. To be honest, I don't have an answer for that one. Just, I'm closer to the direction I want to be in when I leave this room. And there's lots of other fights that I avoided by doing that. I don't know what it was locking onto there. Alright, so grenade. Shoot more of these guys. Grenade again. Then shoot shotgun again. I'm gonna have to reload in a few seconds here. Grenade. And we'll might as well just do a reload. We'll try to target lock that guy, throw another grenade. And then try to finish mopping up all of these guys here. Alright, so, now that we got that, we can head this way. Puts us right by the door that we need to go through. So that puts us on the other side. Which then puts us over here. So that puts us at the subway entrance. I think the only thing that this game is missing is, I don't know. Actually, it needs like a an online death mode, like a versus mode. I think that's like the only thing this game could have wanted or had that would have made it even more stupid. Because there's an arena mode in this game as well that's basically endless. But you go through each stage and just try to survive as long as possible. And you have access to some pretty secret characters in that as well that aren't available in story mode. That's pretty nice. Like a character that we'll meet in the game as Rico. She's some crazy chick that wears like a biker's outfit. I guess she used to be friends with these characters that we're playing as. At some point or another, she's like a mercenary hunter. Alright, so the gates went down. We can head up on up. And counter, I believe, a boss. As the game decides to finish up the section here. Gonna load a cutscene. Alright, so this is Misha. Also known as Misery in the game. I believe Misha is her real name, but they go by Misery. She's a really annoying boss. She's a recurring boss in the series. You meet her in Z2 Chaos as well, but she's a lot different. This is when she's still human. So I'm dropping some lore here because I kind of there's a lot more. There's not really too much else interesting to talk about other than like what's going on currently and maybe some lore in between, and then maybe degenning it up with chat. So I'm paying attention to like all of that. All right. So Misha here is really annoying. But while I'm locked on, and my jump button turns into a dash. So I'm just going to try to do that to stay away from Misha. Maybe toss some grenades when I get the chance. But ultimately try not to get hit by her. Because she does hurt. Even if I am playing on a skilled up character. So we're just going to throw some grenades when we get the opportunity. At some point I'm going to have to reload again. But we're going to keep our distance as much as possible. Perfect. We're timing those really, really well with the grenade throws and then dodging right after. It can be a little tricky to do because the game just sometimes just doesn't like your inputs. Alright, so that's another boss down. Don't worry, we'll see them all again later. Is there a beach level? I don't remember. But there might be something close enough to it. We get to go to a water park. I liked it to call the water park, but I don't think it's a water park. But we're gonna call it the water park, and we'll get to see the reason why I like calling it the water park. But that's obviously not what it is. Alright, so we're doing the fight with Rico, sorry. And that's spelled R-E-I-K-O. And that's the that little dialogue cutscene there. That's the Yakuza-looking people we were talking about earlier that are basically, I guess, all undead and trying to resurrect and summon the undead to take control of the city. So that old lady is responsible for all of this. The more you know. But there's some interesting things with that old lady come the end of this. Alright, so we're gonna swap weapons here. What are you doing? Swap guns. There we go. Alright, so we have some big burly men here on the level as well now. Got some weird physics. We just shot off his head. No worries. We're gonna shoot off his legs now. There we go. Take care of all of this. Hey, Anna, turn behind you. Thank you. Alright, so we're almost done with that. Alright. Waiting for the walls to go down here so we can continue on. We got burly men in my waifu game, exactly. Alright, so we got big burly guy again. Yeah. Clear up as many of these guys as possible. As quickly as we can. Some of the tighter groups you might toss a grenade into. Like, maybe over there. That missed. That was 4, I guess. This one's worth a grenade, though. Curve on ammo, but we need to reload. So some of these cop zombies actually have shotguns. We're gonna try not to get hit by them. I'm getting hit by stuff. I don't know from who. Oh, it's the cleaver guy over there. Okay, gotcha. Cleaver guy's throwing his cleaver at us. Alright. Grenade on that guy, because I can't kill him otherwise. Throw grenade there, kill those. Reload. Throw another grenade there, since there's that guy. There's a lot more burly guys in this fight section than I thought there was. Alright, reload. Another grenade. Make sure we kill those mudmen with the grenades, because I don't have any other way of killing them. Alright, so we obtained the gate key. That's all we needed. Alright. I think we should be coming up on the Rico fight shortly.
Boss fight.
Not in this room, apparently, though. I don't know why that room unlocks with the key. It's weird. There's nothing I can do in that room. It's literally an empty room. There's actually a secret enemy in that room, but we don't need to worry about that. So, back to the city district. And now we can go in here, which accesses the other side of the mall. I believe it's the other side of the mall. But that links up with the other part of the subway station. Which is where we want to go. I'm going to head back up here. Or not. No. I screwed up. We have to go down. I'm already getting lost. Yeah, so there's a little side path over here that we wanted to go through, I believe. I'm just gonna double check my map. So we gotta go in here, I guess. Yeah, I have no idea why they connected a sewer system to the mall and all that stuff. It just makes no sense to me. I'm really confused at where we're supposed to be going. Okay, I have an idea where we're going, but I don't think that's correct. I don't know why the stage is so big. Like I said, unlocking all these new areas just makes this way complicated for whatever reason. Quest doesn't help me. Subway entrance. Yeah, okay. I guess that's exactly where I need to be going. There's no quest marker there for some reason. So I'm just gonna hope that when I get close enough that it activates the trigger. Because I was pretty sure that we were supposed to go there, but let's just hope. So we gotta go down this path over here. Wish the mini-map was a bit bigger than this. It's so zoomed in. Okay. Bloody sewer system's like a maze for some reason. Hello? Oh, I can't access that direction. Huh. Okay. I have an idea where we're supposed to be going then. That's weird. Why is this labeled subway entrance if we're not supposed to go to the subway? I have no idea. Apparently missing a key, though, I think, is what the issue is. Because it's supposed to have a door unlocked down there. So I have to figure out where the next key is. Yeah, it's right here, of course. several map transitions away. I mean, we eventually ran into it because I had an idea where I was supposed to be going. But this game doesn't really do a good job of telling you any of that, so you're just kind of left figuring it out. Once I get out of the city, things get to be a lot more straightforward and a lot faster. It's just the city stages take a lot longer since you're backtracking a lot in between the stages. Alright, so we have it now. Gonna undo the walls. Hello? Hello?
Huh?
Okay. The game wasn't undoing the walls for some reason.
Oh, fair.
Apparently wanted me to still kill guys, which normally isn't the case. Might have because I buffered in the pause on that. Yeah, so now we have to go to the actual subway track. That's what we were missing. Yeah, so as you can see now, these doors are unlocked, so that allows me to get to the other side. We have to go this way. Or, no. This way. Then we turn this way. Down here. That's these guys. Up the tracks. Up here. And there we are. Now we should be getting ready for the Rico fight. So that's Rico. She's really mean. She has some tricks up her sleeves. She's a freelance that doesn't work for anybody. I don't know why she's involved with anything. But she used to work with our Bikini Samurai Slayers at some point or another. Alright, so she's got a revolver. She has the same kind of sword style as our main character. But since we can just do our special and slow down everything in time except for the jiggle physics while we do this, it's pretty entertaining, actually. So if you guys are catching that, you'll see you'll see everything. Nothing ever stops the power of jiggle physics. Not even slowing time. Alright, so that's that fight. But that fight isn't over. We're going on phase 2 now. So she's got to duplicate herself. She summons a bunch of copycat clones. And we're going to find the real one and take them out. So it's obviously this one that's staying away. And we're just going to repeat the same trick here just to make this fight go a lot easier and fast. But like I said, jiggle physics never stop. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and menu for Cure, just so we don't die. And keep expending health there to do attacks, and hopefully she just doesn't get her bullet time dodges. If you played Bayonetta, in like the bullet time or the witch time mechanic, you're pretty familiar with it. This game also has it, but it's incredibly difficult to pull off. It's a lot easier in the second game. Okay, so she's going into her either the Baneful transformation or Vampiric, I forget. But anyway, she gets stronger, and she does a lot more damage. But fight's over. Easy peasy. Yeah, I think the first half of this run is literally just the city levels. But eventually we'll end up getting to like the island, what I like to call the water park, and then eventually the underground and then the mansion that are associated with those levels as well. So we're just wrapping up the last section of that. So we have a refight here with the Agent Smith looking dudes, but this time it's 2 of them. There's, I believe 3 or 4 of them in total. So we'll talk more about the Agent Smith guys and one particular character in a few moments. But, I mean, this game is just like a whole bunch of games all at once. Alright, so we got our beautiful character, Anna. We're using pistols here just because a lot of these guys aren't too difficult to kill. Alright, now we're going to swap weapons here because obviously we want crowd control weapons, so this is what we do. So we're going to try to keep sidestepping around with the shotguns to make sure that the extra bullets that spray around hit the other enemies as well. And try to mop up what we can. And then we got some doggos that show up that any enemies that are lower than like waist height, the shotgun just doesn't apparently hit them sometimes, unless they're far enough away. So that's a little unfortunate, but that's a thing. We have some burly guys, these guys with chainsaws, we got crows, we got like the whole family's here pretty much. I don't know what the hell a bluster is. I want to explain the combo mechanics to me of this game. I still haven't figured them out. We got like Cyclone, Bluster, and I don't know what the other ones are. Like I've never heard of them before in my life.
They're different like weather phenomenons that are generally associated with winds. Blusters are like high-speed winds that aren't like consistent. Like it's like when you're just standing there and all of a sudden there's a massive like wind that knocks you over, I believe. But it's late. I just know it's a wind-related thing, just like a cyclone. It's a type of tornado.
That's pretty cool. That's I'm learning things. That's great. I never thought this game would teach me something. But thank you very much for the insight on that.
Science.
Science brought you video games, just so everybody's aware. Somehow, science is related.
Thank you, science.
I see a non-horned anime emote in chat. I think we need the horn anime emotes in chat, though. We need more of those. Shotgun guy, please die. Throw another grenade there. Reload. Throw another grenade. All those guys clustered together. Help us conserve on ammo so that we don't have to constantly reload. Alright. Gotta do horned with the small D, capital A, Julie. But yes, horned anime. Buffer in a reload. Yeah, there we go. That's exactly what we need. Walk on, please. Thanks. Doesn't look like there's any more. Right, so now we can go this way. So now we get to go to the Electric Town. I don't know, that's a weird name for a part of town, but now we're at Electric Town and we're gonna go tango with the Agent Smith looking guys.
Perfect.
Dude, that pose that Anna does with like the crossed like dual pistols, it's so badass. You gotta be a complete badass to work for the ZPF for Japan. Alright, so now we're fighting two agent-looking Smith gears. They're really cool and all. We haven't seen enough of Sake, so we're actually going to use her for this section just because she has the same kind of abilities that her sister does. And she'll just make quick work of these guys if they're both standing close enough together that I can just keep spamming. Fortunately, Saki, well, she doesn't have any jiggle physics. Or she kind of does, but she has skirt physics. That's something. So even that guy's behind me, I can still hit him, as you just saw there. I just killed him by killing him from behind. Not sure why, but the range on this and the reach behind me is insane.
I feel like that's kind of bullshit.
It can be, yeah. But some of the enemies that have similar abilities can do that to me as well, so... But they just don't... They're not smart enough to spam it, though, right? So, thankfully, I don't have to worry about that.
If I don't hear from you tomorrow, Erica, the Snapchat streak will die.
Alright, so now we gotta play as... Aya. Yeah, Shuli. I mean, you've been up just as much as everybody else here. At some point, everybody needs to just go the fuck asleep, right? We already read the beautiful story, did we not?
We did. I'll relink it in chat so that everybody has it for time. Good.
Alright, so we have
It
Jiggle
literally made my life, though.
Yeah. Did we end up doing it in French?
No, we didn't. We didn't get to the 2.5 to get the French version.
Damn.
It's okay. We'll just have to aim for it next marathon. One of the incentives will be French streak.
Alright, so we have some spider-looking guys now. So every so often we're going to get new enemies introduced. Z2 Chaos does a thing with its enemies that they only add new enemies for new areas completely. So if we were still playing the city levels, for instance, in Z2, they would only have set specific enemies, and then they would introduce variety that way by having unique enemies for every stage. But in this game, it's not the case. They're just kind of introduced along the story path.
How many more chapters you got?
We're basically a little over halfway. Some of the other chapters are pretty short. The longest section of the game is literally the city. Yeah, we're going the right way. I believe we're going the right way. Yeah, main sewer system. Yeah, there's only 20 chapters in this game. Most of them are pretty short. 16 in the sequel, which are actually a lot longer overall.
Sick.
Yeah, so right now we're playing as Aya again. We got separated from our sister and our compatriot, Anna. So we're gonna catch back up with them. Wipe that blood off there, so we continue to do more damage. It's always satisfying right watching the minimap. You see all the red blips just disappear when you're doing a special. It's fantastic. Just because, like, you'll see them all around you, and it's like, nah, I'm fine. Just gotta make sure you have the health to do it. Wouldn't wanna use some crazy samurai moves and then die at the same time. Alright, checking the map briefly, so we gotta go back to the center statue. To get a key. So, I guess one thing I could mention too is some of the major improvements between this version of the game and then the sequel is that the sequel allows me to actually use the wipe off for the blood in mid-air at any point during a combo chain as well. So you can like do some pretty fancy stuff with that and just be always doing like cool combos and stuff like that, which is pretty neat. They did a bang-up job with making that game super smooth, combat-wise. And the game runs at 60 frames a second on console, which is a pretty big deal. It's a little underestimated, but that's a pretty big deal in my books. A style like game running at 60 FPS on PS4 by a like third-party developer, more or less, is pretty big news. This game runs at 30 in comparison, and may or may not stay at consistent 30. But the jiggle physics seem to defy that, and they always seem to work no matter what. Where is this key? There it is. Thanks. Alright, so that should have opened up the main roads again. So we're gonna go fight another agent-looking guy, I think. That's fine, we can just skip past those guys, it's all good. Alright, another boss fight coming up. And then I believe we're almost at the end of this city section after this, so another awesome cutscene. reunite with Sake and Ana, do a showdown with some Asian dudes. Saki is just like a straight up badass for how young of a kid she is, but she's not a kid, believe it or not. They're actually all the characters in this game, except for Anna, are like stupidly old for some reason. They just have a young appearance because they're technically vampires. But anyways, we're fighting a different agent-looking guy. This particular character is actually Anna's brother, and he went missing for a long time from the ZPF. And he has joined the Yakuza Neo Matrix-looking dudes. And so after this cutscene, we'll finally get to see him again. But unfortunately, we have killed him, and obviously became an undead bad guy, so... Not very happy things to hear, but I mean, I feel for Anna. But I mean, that's the way things go. Join the dark side, you die with the dark side. Alright, so that's that boss fight.
The power of the dark side.
Apparently it turns you to undead looking, Agent Smith looking dudes. So this game's like Bayonetta, all those shooting types of games, and like Matrix all rolled into one. I don't even know. I wish there was a way to play that minigame endlessly. Alright, so now we bring the fight to them, which is really what we want to do. So we're moving off of the city and towards the Yakuza stronghold. But to get there, we're gonna have to figure out a way to get there, because apparently it's on an island. And right now we're trying to figure out how we're gonna get there, and eventually they just decide, hey, let's just invite them to the island. Screw it. So meanwhile, we're going to travel through a underground facility to get where we need to go, because we want answers. So we found the underground facility, and we're going to head on through here to find some answers. I believe we gotta go one of these directions. Obviously, I'm going the wrong way. Go figure. Alright, so we just gotta get back here to get this key. Hiding behind these boxes. That'll allow us to go back up and unlock another door. You notice the sounds these guys make? They sound like the chicken noise when you kill something. It's really weird. It gives me nightmares every once in a while when I hear it. Alright. I just noticed this is apparently an airship, not an underground laboratory. My bad. I don't know the lore very well, I guess. Where are we going?
On an adventure.
Oh, no, I'm going the right way, I think. Oh, a lot of these maps look almost identical. It's really weird. Are we winning? I mean, we haven't died, unlike some of the other runs. Hello? Why are we back down here? Not right.
You went down the stairs again.
Yeah, apparently I got turned around because my camera's bad.
A+.
Yes. Game's a gold mine when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Look, man, we're just here for the anime titties.
Yeah.
I think you're supposed to go straight, like, down though, like...
I think, yeah, okay, I got turned around in that section right there. Okay, I'm on the right path now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's camera. We gotta go to the side room over here. This is so hard to navigate. Hello?
Door?
I went the wrong way. There's a side room here that I missed. This camera is, like, super hard to navigate with. Because the other weird thing it does, too, when I zone transition to, like, the next part over when I go through a door, it, like, puts my camera the opposite direction than I want to go. It's, like, Drakengard does that a couple times when it does, like, the weird camera shit that it does. But this game is just far worse in some regards. So we have to go to the lower level here. Not sure exactly why, but I think we're looking for something to take control of the airship. But yeah, this is where we want to be. Just looking for that exclamation point, more or less.
We're winning, Levlon.
But yeah, we're winning.
We have jiggle physics, of course.
Yeah, jiggle physics are the best physics. There we go. We found it! Alright, so more dialogue cutscene that we skip. I have a refight coming up with another familiar boss from earlier. That's Misery talking to the Yakuza Grandmaster, who's the old lady. Forget her name off the top of my head, but we'll see more of her later. And so now we're back at the top. We have to go to the front of the airship. But we gotta go get this random key that's in one of these boxes. Because I guess that they thought that that would stop us. So we're gonna go grab that key and then go through this door here. Which brings us over here. We're gonna go back down this way. Thanks, Shully. You're a winner too. Everybody here's a winner. Shoutouts to everybody just, you know, chilling during degen hours after everything should have been done hours ago. You all are amazing. Thank you for continuing to support such a great cause for someone that really could use the help. Alright, so back down to lower level. This is too many people for such a ridiculous game. Alright, so we're navigating this weird maze-like layout. get another random key from over here. And then we're gonna go up the stairs. And this is the front. We're looking for a key. There we go. Back through here. All right, that's done. I think that's by far is like what I consider to be the longest level, just because there's so much backtracking to do on that bloody airship. But it's not an airship either. I think it's actually just a boat. But anyways, we're going to the water park here. This is what I like to call the water park stage. We have a very interesting boss to deal with. All right, so yeah, so we have to fight a killer whale. Call him Free Willy, just for posterity. Wow, Free Willy hurts. Get up. We're gonna whittle down Free Willy as much as we can. Free Willy does hurt quite a bit. Alright, we're actually behind Free Willy, which, if that happens, he's gonna go back in the water and come back out. There he is. Just waiting for him to come back up. Alright, he's doing some weird stuff right now. I don't know why he's not landing up on the bridge here. But we're gonna get him as he goes overhang. And that's it. We're good. Pretty easy. That fight could go one of, like, it's actually a pretty difficult fight. If you use any other method to do that fight. If you want to be safe, you could just use Anna and get him from range. That's why I had her as a backup. Because she could just throw grenades and just keep dodging backwards while shooting the shotgun. So that works out pretty well. So now we're going to the island. So we're on our way to wrap up the rest of the game at this point. I'm looking at the time and I'm like, See, if this was Z2 Chaos, we'd be done by now.
Shh.
You guys are making us suffer more. Alright, so...
We're nowhere near estimate. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so this is where the game starts going a little bit faster. We don't have a huge amount of backtracking in any of these stages for the most part. There's like one level in particular which makes you do a loop-de-loop for some reason. But, yeah. But a lot of the stages are pretty straightforward from here on out. The city is just the most complex set of levels, and the most backtrack you have to do in a single level is the so-called airship, which actually I think is more of a boat. Dude, the blood splatter in this game is just so beautiful. It's beautifully bad, though. I can't wait to when we get to the final boss. It's great. Yeah. Now chat's getting the joke. It only took them that long to figure it out. Congratulations. You figured out why. Alright, so we're fighting soldier-looking guys now. Like I said, this is another enemy type that they introduced specifically for these stages. Alright, so this is the loop-de-loop level. I have to go up and around this cliff a couple times. Lion, yeah, you're definitely a smart cookie. You beat everybody to the punch. Yeah, so we gotta go down here first. There's no other way to get here except for doing what I just did to go around, and then we gotta repeat and go back up and around again. So this is the only level where you have to do this loop-de-loop kind of thing. And then we also have these little midget-looking ogre troll guys. I don't know what to say about them. It's another enemy type that we get introduced here. Oh my god, the lag on screen is real. This guy here, and we're good. Alright, so we got the key that we needed. Go and hop it down over here. And then back around we go. So I gotta actually heal here because we've been using our special attack quite a bit. So puts us in a pretty low life state. Gotta make it across this bridge that's filled with enemies that we didn't kill. But we have a jump slash that we can kind of just cut our way through these guys.
The bad guys are the ones creating the zombies, AP.
Yes. Yeah, the bad guys are like a Yakuza group that are creating the zombies. And they're trying to take over everything, starting with the city. Obviously, they succeeded so far. I don't know why they're hiding on an island. I don't know. I guess they're doing all their, like, really, really top secret stuff over here. I mean, the Yakuza family, I guess, in the game has lots and lots of money, so why not just buy an island, fill it with zombies? No one will ever come here, right? Guess that's what they were getting at. Alright, so we got through that stage, it's all good. Can they do it anywhere? As far as we know, they can literally summon a zombie horde and put them anywhere they want at this point. So we're trying to put a stop to that, but the only way you can do that is by stopping their leader, which is an old lady that runs the undead Yakuza. God bless this minigame. Alright, so we're in the underground facility. Checking map, so we gotta go to the right here. So the map in this game always points north. I may or may not have mentioned that before, but something to keep note of. So it does, in some way, make navigating a little easier, just knowing that that direction is the always way to go. Just always try to go north when you can. So we got this key here. And we gotta go down to the other path to use it to unlock a gate. So some more samurai slashing goodness. It literally just covers this entire stage with the blood. What am I doing? Not west. Okay, so we gotta go this way. Facility. Zombie outbreak. Amazon still be hiring? Yup. Alright, so now that we're in the facility, go and grab the card keys that we need. Hello, thank you. Come on, dog, move out of the way. So many enemies just getting in my way right now. Alright. Pop up the last few guys here. Gotta wipe off this blood. That missed. I don't even know why that came out, because I wasn't hitting the button. Alright, so we're done with this stage. Alright, so now we're going to play as Anna for this section here. Yo, Xana, what's up, my bro? I think Quo's a really good person to be someone's hero right now, but this has been an amazing experience, I think, for everybody that's been part of it. Alright, so we got our lovely Anna here, so we're going to make our way through here. Wow, never had that happen. That was crazy. Grab some like hidden card key there. Push these guys out of the way so we can get through this. And we have a fight with Rico, but we're playing as Anna, so this will be interesting. So this fight's a little weird, just because we have to try to figure out which one of these is the real one, and we don't have a health bar to tell us. So we're just going to try to just kill them all. And honestly, it's just the easiest way to do this. But if we get lucky, we might be able to kill the one that needs to be killed. Alright, so we killed one so far. But yeah, Rico's getting cloned as well. Seems to be a common theme in this game, like enemies just get cloned, they just keep reappearing. Alright, gonna toss a grenade hopefully. Yeah, we got some hits there. Throw a grenade, please. Thank you. Ow. Was a little too close for comfort with that one. Throw a grenade, please. Cute. Okay, they're almost all dead. Still several of them alive. Ready to reload here. Dodge that. Yeah. You're wielding a Uzi and a shotgun because we're a badass zombie prevention force police officer. Or a special agent or secret agent. I don't know what to call it. But Anna is like a badass. It's the easiest way to go about it. Grenade. Alright. It's a few of them left. Alright. Just the one. There we go. Nice. Alright, so we cleared out that. Reload here and move on. Get these guys out of our way. Okay. Get where we're supposed to be going. Okay, we're going the right way. Yeah, Xano, the way she reloads the weapons too is pretty damn badass. Alright, and that's chapter 14 out of the way. So now we're just getting into some pretty quick stages. 3 fights with some bosses. Very, very soon. We have to play as Saki now because she's got separated from us again. Every one of our characters at this point is in the underground area going into the base. So they're all separated. So we're just getting them all together. So after we get them all together, and then we can push on to the last leg, which is just a bunch of fights with some bosses. So now we gotta do Saki. I believe she has basically to go the same way. She doesn't have very good attacks in the air. Kind of makes me a little sad. And she tends to miss for some reason. Alright, so we have a boss fight, double. But that should go pretty easy since we're just going to be spamming. But yeah, the range and damage on this is just nuts. The fact that we can hit pretty much everybody in a 360 is super convenient. But all you have to do is expend some health whenever you do it. But since we don't have jiggle physics, we have skirt physics with this character. Alright, so both are dead simultaneously. Perfect. And now we can move on with the stage. Are we going backwards? I think we're going backwards. Yeah, we were going backwards for a second there. Alright, Saki, get up. Alright, so the problem with the dashing that Saki does is if she runs into an enemy or a wall, she just like stops, and she can only do that for a little bit. But we made it, so it's all good. Is that how you play Final Fantasy 14 with the samurai? You just do that the whole time? Alright, so now we're playing as Aya again. We got some stuff to clear up, and then we can finish her out with some quick boss fights. Alright, so big burly guys. Gonna crush them with the samurai attack. Alright, so we got Stretch Armstrongs here showing up finally. I was wondering when these guys would show up. reoccurring character in the sequel. I really do hate Stretch Armstrongs. So they throw out their arms and they can knock me down. And that's kind of not what we want to have happen. So we're just going to try to take care of them as soon as we can so that that doesn't happen. Alright, so we need this key. Of course, we have to backtrack here to get another key. Alright, so this is the refight with Misery. But we're just gonna try to get the samurai lock up on her. Because she's nice. Watch our health though, because while we're doing this, she could hit us, do damage, and we're also spending life to do our attacks, so we gotta be a little careful here. Alright, so we're gonna use a cure here. But I think trading like 1 health for 4 points of health of damage to them is worth it. So, and it's much quicker anyways. Because it prevents them from, like, locking us up into any weird things. She keeps getting those witch time dodges. But she's dead now, so it's all good. Alright, so now we can head back. Now that we got the key that we needed. I think we're going the right way. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure, because it doesn't show you that that's where you're supposed to go, so I was just making sure that I got everything else before I left. Alright, so Misery is finally out of the way. Now we have to do another quick story. Sad parting. Because I think this is the refight with her, with Anna's brother here. Anna's brother is like the only character out of the Neo-looking guys, I guess, who like has a fireball attack for some reason. I didn't know he could cast magic, but apparently that's a thing. But we have to get to him first. There's a lot of guys in our way as well. Wow, did I really just run the wrong way? The game fooled me. It literally put me right next to where I needed to be. Bad times. That was weird. Why did it do that? I got bamboozled, definitely. Hidden right behind these rocks the whole time. Alright. Hello, rock. Alright, so just so we don't get bamboozled, now we can go that way. Completely forgot that I needed to grab that conveniently hidden key behind those boulders. I don't know why it just didn't let us go that direction in the first place, but, you know, we have to do that. But yeah, we got bamboozled. It's fine. I got turned around again. Wow. Bloody game. Alright, so now we gotta go down here. Get all of these guys in the center here. Alright, we killed everybody that we needed to. Camera, please. Stop doing that. Alright, so now we have to fight all three of those Agent Smith looking guys, except for Anna's brother. And these guys all have like one unique move apiece, but we're going to try to get them all grouped together and samurai slash them to death. Alright, all three down pretty much at the same times. Grab that cure gem. Awesome. Alright, so now with the Agent Smith guys out of the way, except for one now, we're pretty much getting close to end of that. We have Anna's brother still to go, the strongest of the Agent Smiths. Alright, so we're going to pop a cure that we got from that last fight, so we don't die, and then samurai slash him down. These are the big bad guys? Not necessarily, they're henchmen. But they're like the Agent Smith looking henchmen that you constantly fight throughout. Okay, he needs to stop giving dodges and stuff. So he does have a counter attack that I don't want him to pull off. So I'm just gonna try to... Yeah, see, he dodged there. So I want him to try to attack me so I get the iframes and then get the samurai slash in. Because if he gets the... Whoa! Crazy! Did you see that? He just like disappeared. Yeah, he's pretty nuts. Alright, he's dead though. We're good. Get another cure. So Anna there gets to... There's a cutscene with Anna saying goodbye to her brother before he disappears. Pretty sad story there. Because now we've actually killed him. And then he finally starts remembering his time he spent with his sister. And now we get ready for the final path. And finish this out. I'm blaming everybody who donated for this extremely unorthodox gameplay of this game that's turning it to be a lot longer than expected. Y'all should just went for the banana split. Save us. So anyways, we gotta get a item here. If I forgot to grab that, we would have been in big trouble. Because we need it basically to get to the end of the level. And it's very easy to miss that. It's literally right there, and the game doesn't do a good job. Don't worry, Shirley, we're getting there. We have the big finale, big what the fuck moment of this game. Literally, actually, the biggest what the fuck moment of this game. The true final boss. But we have to get there first. Alright, so we have a lot of enemies on the screen. We have Mudmen. We have pretty much the whole family of Zombos here. But Samurai Slash is going to make pretty quick work of them. The Samurai Slash can miss the spider guys on the ground, unfortunately. So I'm probably just going to have to use regular melee slashes to kill them. Because they're a little too low to the ground for me to hit for some reason. Man, those gates were struggling. Alright, so now we can go up this way. Get the hell out of this area. And head to the final boss. Wrong way. Oh, that's the right way here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that sword is like dripping with the blood. Cool little animation effect. Alright, we're on track now. Alright, so last arena, I think, for this, and then we're ready for the final balls. Alright, Samurai slash these guys. One more torso there, some more guys in the center to clean up. Alright, we got the gold key. And that unlocks the last bit to get to the boss. Missed a path. It's back here. Oh my god, there's just so many enemies. What does Onechanbara translate to? That's a good question. I don't remember off the top of my head, actually. Oh, that shotgun shot that I took to the face, that hurt. I mean, you can look it up. There's also a movie based on this game, too, if you're ever interested in checking out that. You've been warned, though. But yeah, there is a movie based on this game. I've seen a little bit of it. It is awfully bad, but in like the best way possible. It's very B-movie style. So if you like B-movies, it's definitely something, and it's all in Japanese, so keep that in mind. Alright, one more enemy over here to kill. Yeah, we're off the last leg. So many. Why is there so many more enemies in this room? I thought there was less than that. It's not. Alright, gotta wipe off this blood. Yeah, that's probably what the exact translation's supposed to be, but I don't know if that's, like, how it translates. Like, Oni is its own thing, which I believe is sister, right? Oh, still more enemies, apparently. The game just wants to give us more. Yeah, that's what I figured that much. So it would just be whatever Chanbara is translation for. Because I think if you translate the whole chain together, it doesn't translate exactly the way it should. But I could be wrong on that. Oh. So this is the first time that we went into rage mode. Alright, I think we're good now.
Oh, I passed out of my chair.
Alright, so now our health is going to be constantly draining, but that's fine. Alright. Now we're at the final boss.
Woohoo! We're almost there, my boys.
Yeah, I think yesterday most of us were like closing in on 30 plus hours of like no sleep, myself included. Alright, so now we're at the source. The evil grandma looking Yakuza. So if you have donations still that pop in to help out with the marathon, you definitely should do that now before we finish off this run. There'll be one final cutscene, and then we'll close it out. And after which, I think IckaAid will be finally complete, even though we're repeating degen hours for the third night at this point.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there is one last thing for us to do before we go. That'll be it.
But yeah, this is the final boss.
Shut up.
I'll let you know when time is. But there's two phases to this fight, though. So we're in the first phase, so obviously we're going to spam this, and second phase, we're also going to do this. There's different strats if you're doing new game, but, I mean, for the sake of simplicity, this is the easiest way to do this. And prevent her from actually attacking. The second phase is a little different story, though. Right. First phase down. Alright, the best cutscene. This is like the what the fuck moment. Trust me, you're not ready for this. Hold on to your seats. Damn! That old lady. Yeah, that's what she was working on the whole time.
So this old lady was making a potion to make herself hot?
She wants to be immortal.
Mm.
It's the whole point of the series, is the bad guys wanted to be immortal. So another thing we're going to do, we're going to open our items, we're going to hit Cure, we're going to do a Power Gem and a Rapid Gem. And that'll increase our damage, attack speed, and movement speed, as well as give us some more health so we can help kill this enemy. So we don't have to do the Samurai Slashes to do tons of damage anymore, since it's kind of set damage, but we can just wheel her down just by using basic attacks, which makes this fight incredibly easy. And getting ready on time, and time.
Perfect.
Lies. Lies!
Mhm.
I tricked you. Actually, we have one more chapter.
Oh, that's fine. Boop.
That wasn't the final boss.
Ugh.
I said before there was 20 chapters. That was only chapter 19. You could be asking who's the last boss? Well, we'll see. You guys had to keep track.
You're fine.
I thought that was the last boss myself, but turns out there's 20 chapters, and there is another final boss.
Kappa.
Who knew?
Mhm.
Each episode? Not exactly. It's a refight with Misha, but she's now demonic. So we're gonna go ahead and pop another power gem and a rapid gem. So Misha never actually got defeated. She left the Yakuza, stopped working with them, and now we have to put an end to her. Alright, Misha's being a bit of a pain right now. So we're just gonna Samurai Slash her. But yeah, she's in demonic form. And I like that I get iframes from doing the samurai attack, which makes this pretty useful. So this fight's actually the hardest fight. Because she's like super aggressive. And she dodges pretty much everything you want to throw at her. Why is she blocking all of that? That's weird. Oh god. So there's no way to avoid that. If she does that attack, it will just send you knockbacks unless you Samurai Slash your way through it. That's the end of her.
Now is it actually time?
Now it's actually time.
Sick. Alright, boys. Thank you so much for sticking with us through all of IckaAid. We really do appreciate everything you guys have done throughout this whole weekend and the last 2 months since this started for Erica. But before we go, I do have one final thing Erica left with me to read to you guys, and it's going to be the last thing we say on the stream before we shut down. So, to everyone that has been a part of the IckaAid Marathon, and of course IckaAid in general, but more on that tomorrow, I will never be able to express what this has meant to me or the impact this event has had on me, not only in terms of financial help, but also emotional well-being, having so many people rush to help someone they may not have even known, and seeing how many of my closest and best friends jumped into action when they saw how much in need I was after being out of work for over half a year and trying to cope with the failed surgery even before I would admit it, floors me. It warms my heart and makes me feel stable and secure knowing there are many people in the world willing to go to such lengths to help someone that needs it. Quo, CC, CJ, streamers, restreamers, mods, viewers, donors, runners, literally every single person involved with any part of this weekend. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I love and appreciate every single one of you, and please know that if anyone out there is ever in need, there will always be people in life willing to help and support you. It will get better. Trust your loved ones, reach out, and let them help you. I'm sending all of my lovin's. Shuli.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Alright, guys, and on that note, we will leave you. Thanks so much again for being a part of IckaAid, and we will see you all next time.
Thanks for watching.